Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Andy Nicholson. I'm 53 years young, and I'm currently chasing a 36-inch max vertical jump by my 54th birthday, which is on January 7th. This is episode 2 in this new YouTube series that I'm making following this challenge. If you missed the first episode, please go back and watch that now so you can get caught up on the story. In this week's episode, I'm going to show you some training highlights, answer some more questions that have come in, and unfortunately, I have a setback that I'll be sharing with you guys. But let's get into it. Episode 2 starts right now. All right, let's get into some training highlights from week 2. These are stair hops, one of my favorite things to do to get ready for a full workout. I do these as part of the warm-up. Just really challenges your coordination, your balance, just gets that nervous system firing. But I mentioned a setback, and this is actually where it happened. About halfway through this set with my right foot, my right calf got really tight, and it's kind of locked up on me. And I'm pretty sure it's a pulled calf muscle, and actually I had to stop and couldn't continue on this exercise, and actually I had to adjust the workout for the rest of the day. I had some sprints programmed, some pogo hops, and just wasn't going to be smart to do those exercises. But I wasn't going to let that stop me from doing some work that day, and went and tried out some squats. Those felt great, and so went ahead and continued the workout. My previous top set the week before, I did 205 pounds for a set of 6. This is 215 pounds for a set of 6, and it moved fairly well, and so pleased with the progress. You'll notice I'm using a box plus some weight plates on top of that. It's 16 inches, and this is what I've been able to determine is the lowest I can go on my depth without getting my back in this kind of compromised position. So this is the depth I'm going to be using for my squats. I then moved into some Romanian deadlifts, getting more familiar with this exercise. It's not one I've done a ton of. And then tried some single leg calf raises, and this is a weight I've been able to do before. And with the pain in my right calf, I actually wasn't able to do this with 135 pounds. So I actually had to lower the weight down to 95 pounds, and then I was able to complete the set. I don't think my calf injury is too serious. Actually felt quite a bit better the next day, which is a good sign. This is now a few days later for my next big workout. Started things off with power cleans. Calf was feeling quite a bit better on this day, but to be safe, I didn't want to go too crazy, and so I skipped some of the more explosive kinds of things. Power cleans felt fine, so I was able to stick with those. I worked up to my top set was 185 pounds. Actually missed it this time, my first attempt, and then actually missed it even worse on my second attempt. And then third time was a charm. I was able to hit it. Ugly rep, but I was able to get it down. Last thing I'll show you from this workout is these rear foot elevated split squats. This is an exercise that I love and I hate at the same time, but it's a big part of my training right now. I actually wanted to show you a superset that I did. I paired the rear foot elevated split squats with single leg box squats. And this is something I like to do when I'm really trying to gain strength, is pair a similar exercise back to back and do it without any rest. I've got a lot of good results from that, so I thought I'd share that with you. Unfortunately, because of my calf injury, I wasn't able to test my vert during this week of training, and so hopefully I'll get back to that next week. But hopefully you still got something out of seeing some of the training that I did this past week. All right, time for Q&A. First question. When you drop weight, are you finding the weight room suffers, or are you just as strong or stronger? So unfortunately, this is not the first time I've had to do this or needed to do this, where I've gained some excess body fat and I now need to get leaner. And in the past, when I've done this, I've been able to maintain strength or actually even get stronger. The way I've been able to do that is by keeping my protein intake very high. What's worked really well for me is at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. And so, and that's your target weight. So for example, I want to weigh 160 pounds, then I want to get at least 160 grams of protein per day. If you combine that with strength training, where you're pushing yourself in the weight room with high protein intake, I think you'll have similar experience to me in that you've been able to actually get stronger even though your body weight is going down. Next question. I play beach volleyball. I'm 50. I'm still training. Can you tell me how much you stretch and your routine? I'm having days of tight IT band, and I'm not a fan of stretching. I'm wondering if you are stretching a lot. So in my early dunk journey, my flexibility was awful. I couldn't even touch my toes. If I'm laying on the ground or standing up, I couldn't touch my toes, not even close. So I did start stretching quite a bit and got to like a minimum level, I would say, of flexibility and mobility. Since then, I rarely ever stretch. I do a dynamic warm up and before I work out or jump or anything like that, and hopefully all of you out there are doing that as well. Super important to have a good warm up. But I don't do like a 10-minute static stretching routine on a daily basis. The one exception, the one stretch I do more regularly, but I still don't do that often, is the couch stretch. And that one I found has helped me with knee pain. I'm gonna make a separate video about what I do for my knees, but that's really the only one that I would say that I do like on a regular basis in terms of like a static stretch. All right, last question. Have you ever suffered any major injuries, ACL, Achilles, etc., and how often do you play basketball? So unfortunately this week I had an injury, but overall I've been pretty lucky, pretty fortunate, and hopefully that continues, knock on wood. My two worst injuries, age 37, I actually hurt my left knee, tore MCL grade 3, and I think meniscus. It was a long time ago. 37 was like 17, 18 years ago. It took me about a year to heal from that. I wore a knee brace for a long time, that crazy looking metal thing, and it wasn't fun, but I was able to have a full recovery. The other really bad one was at 45. I hurt my low back. That one took 7 or 8 months to heal from. It was rough. So one advantage of being older is you get to know your body better, and so when I do have injuries pop up, I kind of know what to do, and I'm obsessed with learning, and so I try and learn from people a lot smarter than me. Part of the dunk camp, one of the advantages of being at dunk camp is I get to learn a lot from really, really smart people, so that's helped a ton. How often do I play basketball? About 1 to 2 times a week. I still love to play, and I hope to keep playing for many, many years. All right, guys, that's going to do it for episode 2 of my 36-inch max vertical jump challenge before I turn 54. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back next week with more training highlights, answering more questions, and hopefully I'll be able to test my vert again using the vert trainer. If you're trying to improve your vertical jump, you have any questions, please leave your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And let's get after it. Let's go. We'll see you guys next week.